Okay, so let's dive into the sources you sent on the Diplomat Season 3. Sounds like the political game just went into overdrive.
Oh, completely. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to unpack sort of the big power flips, how the show's feel changes, and that central betrayal. It's a lot.
Right. So where does it kick off? It seems like chaos from minute one.
It really does. It starts with a massive event. President Rayburn suddenly dies. A constitutional crisis, basically.
Wow, okay.
And that instantly puts Grace Penn, Allison Janney's character, into the presidency, which, throws everything up in the air for Kate Wyler over in London.
Yeah, because Keri Russell's character, she'd been eyeing the vice presidency herself, right? That was the talk.
Exactly. But this whole situation just bypasses her completely. The power dynamic totally inverts.
And instead, the sources say her husband, Hal Wyler, that's Rufus Sewell,
Yep.
he's the one who gets sworn in as VP.
That's the shocker.
Yeah.
Hal steps into this huge position of power.
That's quite a twist. How is he compromised, though? You mentioned that.
Well, the sources point out he was reportedly the last person who spoke to Rayburn before he died. So from day one, he's in this really vexed, maybe even exposed position. It drives so much of the personal conflict this season.
Okay. Was that seen as like a smart move by the writers, or did it feel a bit convenient, maybe, just to up the drama between Kate and Hal?
I think reviews suggest it was kind of necessary. It's what lets this show really broaden its horizons.
How so? Hal, being VP, forces the action onto a bigger stage. Kate can't just be the UK ambassador anymore. She has to become this major political player dealing with Washington and London. It ups the scale considerably.
And speaking of Washington, we got to mention the West Wing reunion factor.
Yeah.
Bringing Bradley Whitford in as Todd Penn, the first gentleman.
Oh, absolutely. Huge for the fans.
Seeing him and Allison Janney together again,
Yeah.
that definitely adds some weight to this new administration.
Definitely. And that gravity sort of connects to the show's bigger shift in feel this season.
Right, the tone change you mentioned. Yeah, it moves away from just, tense talks in embassy rooms. It really becomes more of a military and intelligence thriller.
Okay.
The whole season revolves around secrets, trust, betrayal, and how all that puts the U.S.-UK relationship under massive strain.
There was that quote the sources picked up on from Kate warning the new president is about to do something apocalyptically dumb. That really sets a mood.
It perfectly captures the tension. But the real stakes, the global ones, they come crashing down at the end.
Okay, let's get into that. The big spoiler reveal, Poseidon.
Right. So Kate uncovers this top-secret joint U.S.-UK operation. It involves a stolen Russian submarine drone called Poseidon.
And it's gone wrong somehow.
Completely sideways. The world thinks the Russians have it and are gearing up for something big, maybe war, because this drone is missing.
But that's not the truth, is it? That's the twist.
Exactly. The gut punch for Kate, and for you watching, is realizing the warhead from the drone. It wasn't taken by the Russian.
It was the Americans.
And the person implicated in this secret theft, this massive subterfuge.
It's Hal, her husband.
Yes, Hal Wyler. It just shatters everything. Personal trust, international stability, all of it.
Wow. So a marriage crisis sparking a potential global one.
Pretty much. And the season ends on that absolute cliffhanger line that all the sources highlighted. The warhead is missing, and a war might begin. Chilling stuff.
So with all that drama, what do the critics think overall? What really worked?
The performances, hands down. Keri Russell navigating Kate's ambition versus her integrity, Allison Janney as President Penn, really strong. The ambitious scope and the political intrigue were also praised. It delivered the high-stakes drama.
But it wasn't all positive. What were the criticisms?
Mostly plausibility issues. Some reviewers felt the twists, especially how fast they came, stretched belief a bit thin. And, some people missed the show's original focus, that tighter, character-driven diplomat story. They felt it maybe became a bit more like a standard political thriller with the stolen nukes and secret ops.
A trade-off, then. More action, maybe less nuance.
Sort of, yeah. Depends what you're looking for in the show, I guess.
Okay, so wrapping this up. The core takeaway seems to be the shattered trust between Kate and Hal, right? And this shaky power balance with President Penn in charge, but maybe not fully in control.
Exactly. Kate's left having to figure out her entire mission, her moral compass, in the middle of this potentially world-ending crisis she didn't create.
And that really sets things up for whatever comes next.
It totally does.
Yeah.
Which leads to that final thought the sources kind of leave us with.
Yeah.
If global stability hangs on these alliances, built on personal trust,
Yeah.
What does it mean for everything, for statecraft, when the person you should trust most, your spouse, might be involved in a betrayal on this scale? It really makes you wonder who's actually pulling the strings, something for you to chew on.